action.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion, delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. But before we get into our intriguing content today, please join me in welcoming our featured guest and first timer on Ron Siegel Radio. Okay, Joelie?
Yes, Joelie.
Joelie Piccolini?
Piccolini.
All right, gal, I got it.
You got it.
Welcome.
Well, thank you.
Glad to have you with us. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan, a plan to save you money, I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we're celebrating today. I don't know about some of these celebrations. I'm just going to go out there on a limb. National Seatbelt Day. And I know seatbelts save lives, but, you know, when I grew up, we didn't have seatbelts. We weren't worried about them. No one's going to say I'm normal, but I did survive those years. So, and you know, I was on the freeway coming back from the Coachella Valley on Sunday afternoon. It's amazing. I didn't see any one of those motorcyclists riding with a seatbelt on. Wonder what the difference is there. Yet, if we don't have our seatbelt on, we get a ticket. So is that favoritism? I don't know. National Pajama Day. How do you have National Family PJ Day in the middle of the week in November? Wouldn't that be like Thanksgiving Day, New Year's Day, Christmas Day, something like that? Who makes these things up? But National Pickle Day. Okay, I can get behind that one, especially if you suffer from a lot of leg cramps. Pickles and pickle juice. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on TV or radio, but they work. And having beaten anorexia, I'm going to go with National Spicy Guacamole Day. I like that one. Where do you get good? I don't need it real spicy. I just like guacamole and the chips that go with it and everything else you can put it on. And I think today's Tuesday, so Taco Tuesday, guacamole. I think we've got the makings of a nice day, especially after what the markets did to us this morning. Did you catch what went on? 5:30 California time? Yes, I have no life, so I was watching. We got the CPI numbers came out and very favorable for the market. The Dow Jones Industrial Average right now is up 500 points. The S&P 500 is up 82 points. The NASDAQ is up 288 points. Oil is at $78.98 a barrel. Do we have you know something? I think we do have it over here somewhere. Would somebody wake up the president and tell him that oil's under $80 a barrel, please? He said he was going to fill the strategic petroleum reserves under $80 a barrel. We do have. Wake him up, please. $79 a barrel for oil. And the 10-year Treasury down 19 basis points, 4.44 right now. Whoa, that's pretty nice. Does it mean that we've got anything benefits in gas prices? Well, we are in the state of confusion, and yes, our gas price is $5.06 a gallon. Right here is the average in California. Maybe there's going to be more people. We might get a little less traffic here right now because of the unfortunate fire that we had downtown Los Angeles. There's going to be a lot of people for quite a while, I think, that are going to be needing to take public transportation or side streets, one or the other. 10 freeway. Was that really a homeless encampment underneath the freeway where that fire started? Was that really what happened? Elections have consequences. Unbelievable.
It is what it is.
Josh, you're a $4.38 a gallon over there, I guess, is what the statewide average is. Probably throws into account the highways where they get to charge people a lot more. Are you paying more or less there, Josh, in the city? Down low. Okay, so you're less in the Las Vegas area. National average, $3.35.5 a gallon of gasoline. What's all driving this? Well, I'm going to talk about it in depth in the Mortgage Minute today. It all has to do with the Consumer Price Index. The report came out this morning. CPI, think about this. CPI was down. I know you're going to hear later today. I promise you, the idiots in the media are going to tell you that there's no inflation. Well, that's just because it's not up month over month. Yearly, we're up still 3.2%. The Fed wants a 2% inflation rating. We're not there yet. But because of the numbers that came out today, the market's on fire. I was watching the market, the futures, when the reports came out this morning, as I mentioned, 5:30 our time. And the stock market went up probably 100, 200 points. And as we mentioned, right now, we're up 477, coming back a little bit. I'm going to share this with you. I share it with you when the markets go down. I'm going to tell it to you right now when the markets are up. The markets always, the only thing I can tell you, I guarantee in the stock market, bond market, is they always overreact. So be aware that even though the markets are up a lot right now, they are overreacting. They always overreact. Hopefully we'll get some carry through. We get some more data tomorrow, which will be good for us, hopefully. And basically what today's report is going to tell us, very, very unlikely, and I would say like 99% chance the Federal Reserve will not increase interest rates at their meeting in the middle of December. Will not increase interest rates. Now, there could be other issues that take place that might, geopolitical issues. I'm watching that we're seeing the arguments that are typical in Washington, D.C. The House Speaker has come up with an idea to avert a government shutdown. Why would that be a problem? Well, some on the right say, he's giving in too much. Some on the left say he's goofy there. Where did it come in our country that we can't be centrist, where we can't get along, where one side says something, so the other side says it can't be good just because they said it? And I was listening to, on the right, yes, I am conservative, but Chip Roy on the right yesterday, what an idiot, right? I mean, you can't take 80% of something really, really good and say, something, we didn't get everything we wanted. Wonder who said that before. Could it have been Ronald Reagan, Mr. Roy? Think about this. You got something that's, not perfect. Nothing ever is. But you got something that's good, that at least helps people. And you can't take it because you don't get everything you want. Wonder what he tells his kids if they don't get everything they want. Yeah. Unbelievable. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, Top Cities show. Home prices are still climbing? Really? Wow. Is that a surprise, Diana Olick? Yes, they are going up, and they will continue to go up, especially with what's going on in interest rates. High-yield savings accounts, CDs, what's best? We'll talk about that maybe. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. But the replay is available. Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less? all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now. Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis. rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
Are you paying rent because you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you paying rent because you don't believe you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? At Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
Homeowners over the age of 62 are taking back financial control after retirement with reverse mortgages, and the Siegel Lending Team is here to help you use it to your advantage. Call Ron Siegel with Geneva Financial to receive your free information booklet with no obligation. The booklet answers all your questions, and the best part is you still own your home. Call Ron Siegel at 1-800-306-1990 or visit ronsiegelradio.com.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And every day at this time, OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates. They do not tell us points paid, points received, APR. They only tell us locked rates. With consumers across 42% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. Way too much green on the screen. That means rates were up in almost every group yesterday. 30-year conforming, 7.534. Jumbo, 7.953. FHA, 7.33. Those are all 30-year fixed rate loans. USDA, rural areas, generally no down payment, 7.355, and the best loan on the market for those that earned it. That'd be the 30-year VA loan, 7.254. That's all yesterday's data. Today, because of what's going on in the mortgage world, those rates are all down today. So if you locked in yesterday, sorry. But if you want our market commentary, we send that out every morning, rsrmarketminute.com, rsrmarketminute.com. That commentary goes out each morning as early as we get the data, and you can subscribe to that for free. That's all that went on yesterday. Let's see what's happening today. We want to take a look at today's market. Well, first off, let's see the S&P 500 up 78 points. 10-year Treasury down 17 basis points. Mortgage-backed securities are up 63 basis points. How does that jive? Well, the yield, that's the rate on the 10-year Treasury. That's down. We like that. The price of the bond is up, which means rates go the opposite direction. So that's up 63 basis points, which means it's almost 3/4 of a point. That means interest rates are down today. If you locked in yesterday, call your lender, ask them to renegotiate with you. They'll do that in many instances. Why? Well, as we've talked about, it's all about inflation. October Consumer Price Index report showed that overall inflation was flat for the month, which was 1/10 lower than estimates of 0.1%. Year over year, inflation declined 0.5% from 3.7 to 3.2 core rate. That's what the Federal Reserve looks at. Strips out food and energy for those that don't need any of that. Increased by 0.2%, which is also 1/10 lower than expected. Year over year, core CPI decreased from 4.1 to 4.0. Energy prices declined 2.5%, with gasoline down 5%, which we expected as WTI has been on a steady decline. Used cars declined 0.8% and have been falling over the last several reports. Remember, they were up a lot early in the year. The big one, shelter, which makes up 40% of the core index. Shelter rose 0.3%, much lower than the 0.65 in the previous report. Shelter is now up 6.7% year over year, down from 7.2. Rent rose 0.5% last month and are up 7.2% year over year, down from 7.4 in the previous report. Owners equivalent rent, I don't know why they use that one because owners don't know what their house is going to rent for unless they're in the industry. Tries to capture the increase in home ownership costs, rose 0.4% and is up 6.8% year over year, down from 7.1. The volatile lodging away from home, hotels, Airbnb, VRBO, fell 2.5% after rising 3.7% in the previous report. This was the help we were looking for. Motor vehicle insurance, which makes up 3.5% of core inflation, rose 1.9% and is up 19.2% year over year. This has been impacted by natural disasters, flooding, and car theft. If you're in California, you probably understand this because car theft, have you tried getting home insurance lately in California? Car theft is at a 15-year high. Health insurance rose 1.1% because of the new way they're calculating it. Unbelievable. So the Federal Reserve is always doing that. Here's another one that may help us with the numbers on interest. And it's not good news. Weaker seasonal hiring. And this comes from Lacey Hunt. The number of seasonal job positioned advertised has fallen to the lowest level in a decade. Not expecting a good holiday season, which will then be an impact on retail sales. It's estimated that we'll see 40% less seasonal hires than the recent 2021 highs, which could contribute to a weak Q4 jobs report figures. If we get a Q4 jobs report numbers that are down, watch the market go then. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Let's chat real estate. What do you think? Should we chat real estate?
Why not?
Good stuff. So we have Joelie Piccolini from Berkshire Hathaway with us.
Yes.
Glad to have you with us. Good morning.
Thank you.
So real estate is our world right now. And obviously interest rates are doing better today. Are they impacting what you're seeing out in the marketplace?
Well, they really haven't.
Okay.
There's no inventory and still buyers out there. So
buyers are looking but can't find anything.
They can't find anything. Last week was 60 offers on a property. So
60 on one property.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a crazy time. So
now you do a lot of relocation work, right?
Correct.
So that's the group of people that the have to buyers.
They have to, and have to sellers.
Sure.
I just went on a listing appointment last night, and Boeing's, moving them to Tulsa, Oklahoma. So
okay.
They have to sell, which, I told them it's a great time to sell. No inventory. There you go. But yeah, they have to buyers.
Well, explain that a little bit. Why is it a great time to sell if interest rates are high?
Well, because there's no inventory.
Okay, so people have those that are in the opposite shoe,
correct,
where they have to buy. There's nothing to buy, so it's basic economics.
Definitely.
Right. So if the supply is down, and there is demand,
there's demand because there are still people out there really wanting to buy.
Now, is that a house or a condo you were looking at?
It's a house.
A house.
Single-family house.
Single-family home.
Yeah, and right now, I think I told you earlier when we were talking, there's only 1,624 single-family homes on the market active in Orange County.
1,624.
Yes.
Okay.
44 coming soon. That's all of Orange County.
And so last time when we had Blake Vartanian on with us, there was 1,647, I believe.
Mhm.
So the count is going down,
Yes, the count is going down.
and normal is about 6,000 to 7,000 in Orange County.
Correct.
So we've got a 75% shortage of inventory,
Yes, and we still have buyers out there.
and the buyers still want to move.
They still do. Well,
They want a house.
rents are high.
Yeah, you were telling me that before we went on air,
Mhm.
that you had a property in what city was
In
that?
Lakewood.
Lakewood. And tell me a little, not specifics,
Mhm.
size of property.
It's 1,500 square feet. It is it was 2 bedrooms. We made the other one into a bedroom. So 3 bedrooms now, 2 baths.
So that's the basic 70% of the market is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home.
Correct.
And you said 1,500 square feet?
Mhm.
1,500, and it was
$3,700.
$3,700
We
a
had
month.
20 applicants.
20 out. Okay.
Mhm.
So you can buy a lot of house for $3,700.
Yes, definitely. Why would you want to throw your money away?
Well, unless you have to.
Unless you have to.
Right,
I think
there's
we
some-
talked about that.
Some circumstance as to, maybe they've got challenged credit, maybe they, whatever the issues are, right? Or they don't, you don't even need a down payment in many instances anymore.
No, because now we have all those down payment
assistance programs.
that are amazing.
Yeah, so you start looking at it and you say, what's the catalyst for that renter? Unless their credit issues maybe, or
Credit issues, and I think some people are afraid of the market. And as we spoke earlier, it's still the best investment you can have.
why would they be afraid of the market? What are you hearing on the street? I sit in a studio
Mhm.
here and do a little lending and on with our Zoom calls and whatnot.
Mhm.
You're out there on this, so you're on the streets, so you know really what's going on.
Well, I think what happened is that when the rates went down so low a couple years back during
Right.
COVID, those people got spoiled. They think, oh, the market's going to crash and we're going to have those rates again. And I said, I doubt we're going to see those, rates that low again. And our market, I don't think is really going to crash. And, we don't know. It's been going up.
Do you ever ask somebody, this is my favorite question when I hear that,
Mhm.
that I'm waiting for rates to go back down to 2 or 3 and for real estate values to drop. And my question always is, what do you see as the catalyst to make that happen?
Oh,
Right?
gosh.
Because we know about supply and demand,
Correct.
right? That always holds true. There's not enough supply for the demand, so that's not the catalyst.
Right.
People have a lot of equity, so they're not going to default on their properties, so that's
Right.
not the catalyst. People are still working, even though California does have higher unemployment than the rest of the country. That's not going to be the catalyst. So what's the catalyst for? I don't know what people think is going to be it, or well, you told me your son was in the military,
Mhm.
right?
Correct.
So he's in that millennial generation,
The millennials have no idea.
right? So
Unfortunately.
they know of one recession,
Correct.
right? And that's when real estate values did drop dramatically.
And they did, and they have. I mean, my mom's been in the business since 72. So, obviously I've heard about the ups and downs. I just don't think we're going to see it now. So I had this conversation the other day with my son's girlfriend, and I'm like, you need to invest in a condo. Start with a condo. Home ownership is still your best savings account.
We talk about this frequently on the broadcast, and I love your concept there because get in the game,
Mhm.
right?
Get a condo. I mean,
Get a condo, get anything.
get anything. I mean, right now, well, our inventory on condos too is low. It's only 608 condos on the market active in Orange County right now.
608.
That's it.
That's nothing.
There's nothing.
Okay, but so here's my concept. In your market, where
Mhm.
so where do you focus on mostly?
I focus mainly North Orange County and a little bit of South LA County.
Okay.
But again, wherever relocation takes me. So I mean, it could be El Segundo to Yorba Linda.
Whatever it is,
else.
right?
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay, so give me an idea just on the relocations
Mhm.
you're doing. Just take a starter. So
Mhm.
like your son's girlfriend.
Mhm.
What kind of price point would you think might be a wise area that she could actually get into?
Well, I'm trying to think.
Just a
She's-
guess. I mean,
I would
ballpark.
say probably like 500, but
Okay,
you're not going to really find that much available for 500.
but we only need one.
We only need one, and that's 1 bedroom, 1 bath. And I was looking this morning, I think Lisa Viejo and Laguna Hills actually you can get in there for about 500,000 for 600 square feet.
So let's think about that. 500,000. And if you go with if it's VA approved, you're looking at maybe, I don't know, $15,000 all in to get into it.
That's not bad.
Right?
Yeah.
And Orange County, California appreciates at 5.35%. So if we round that down to 5%, 500,000, that means she's going to get 25,000 a year in appreciation.
Right. It's a no-brainer.
So 2 years from now, if she can save another 15,000, she can buy another property and rent this one out.
Exactly. That's what I tell everyone. This is where you start.
Right. So you don't necessarily need to sell that one. You just need to rent it. We're going to continue this train of thought with Joelie when we come back. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. We're going to also chat about top cities show home prices still climbing. Wow, CNBC doesn't know this, but you're going to. We'll talk about it. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you missed any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you a veteran, own a home, and need money? The Siegel Lending Team is here to help veterans refinance and get the money they need. The VA 100 lets you borrow up to 100% of your home's value, refinance your mortgages, consolidate credit cards, and lower your payments by an average of $700 a month. And the Siegel Lending Team knows that character means more than a credit score. Call 800-306-1990. That's 800-306-1990. Rate subject to change without notice. Licensed by the California Department of Corporations, NMLS 21037, and DRE number 018694452.
Are you earning a safe, secure 10+% return on your investments? Is your credit score over 800? Are you living in the home of your dreams or simply where you think you can afford? If the answer to any of these questions is no, what are you doing about it? Text ATP to 79564. Complete a 3-minute complimentary survey, and the area trusted professionals of Ron Siegel Radio will reach out to you to develop a success strategy for you. Again, all you need to do is text ATP to 79564.
Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis. rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 1990, the real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Top cities showing home prices are still climbing is our subject today. If you're considering buying a home or selling your current one to find something better that better suits your needs, you may have questions about what's happening with home prices today. Here's what you need to know. There's still a lot of confusion and misinformation out there. So no matter what you may have heard, the national data shows they've actually been climbing again this year. Hello, Chapman University. I told you guys, don't listen to that 11% decline that they were forecasting in home prices because they were looking median numbers, not the house on your street. If you're watching us on ronsiegelradio.tv, any of our socials, or the ABC News and Talk, AM 1490, FM 98.1 video feed, take a look at the chart. We've got Case Shiller, FHFA, CoreLogic, all showing that home prices went up dramatically at the beginning of last year. They went up too fast. They did a little correction in the middle or end of the year. And now they're all going back up again, as you can see in the first half. They went way too fast. Easy for me to say. Went way up. Holy cow. Dramatic increases. What's important to know is that in 2023, prices are going up again. And this time it's at a more normal pace. If it goes up too fast, it's not going to sustain. We like normal. The fact that all three reports show more typical price increases this year is good news for the housing market. After seeing steady home price growth at the national level for the last several months, you may wonder if prices are going up in your local area. Know this, while this will vary from one area to the next, home prices are appreciating in these top cities. According to Case Shiller, their reports another chart for you. And you can see every one of them are going up on the chart. And Los Angeles up 1.2%. Okay, not bad. National average 0.9% month over month. 1.2 is not a bad number. 1 month over. In fact, it's a little hot for month over month. San Diego at 1.7. That's why so many experts are able to forecast home prices will end the year positive and continue going up. Here's how this affects you for buyers. If you've been waiting to buy a house because you were concerned it might lose value, you haven't been listening to Ron Siegel Radio.
You know better than that.
The fact that home prices are going up should ease your worries. Buying a home before prices climb higher can be a smart move, since home values typically appreciate over time. For sellers, if you've been postponing selling your house because you're worried about how changing home prices would affect its value, now might be a good time to work with a real estate agent to put your house on the market. You don't have to wait any longer because the data shows home prices are in your favor. If you list your house now, and if you're listening to us today live, November 14th, the only people who are listing their house now are serious sellers. The only people that are out shopping for a house now, serious buyers. Because everybody else is in holiday mode. Just think about that. Bottom line, if you delayed moving because you were concerned home prices would drop, don't worry. The numbers show they're going up nationally. They're going up locally, and they will continue because of the numbers we just told you earlier in the broadcast. As interest rates come down, this market is going to get hotter and hotter. So you say, well, why don't I wait for interest rates to come down? Why? Because you want to wait for the price of the property to go up? We can always deal with the interest rate later. Get into the property now. That is the real-time real estate segment brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Continuing our conversation, Joelie Piccolini is with us, Berkshire Hathaway. We've been talking about real estate, and I love the idea because when we never really know exactly where we're going on our conversation. We have an idea, but when you came in this morning, we started talking and got talking about young people.
Yes.
And the idea of young people getting in the game.
They really should.
Right? I mean, we started talking the last segment. If you missed it, sorry. You blew it. You should have been here with us. But it'll be on ronsiegelradio.com in the archives, and also Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, so you can catch that. But think about this. The median, someone's earning a household income, I think, in Orange County with $75,000, a fair number for young people.
Correct.
And you get a $25,000 appreciation on that property. It's almost like having another person working.
Exactly.
But you don't have to pay taxes on that $25,000. No. Right?
It's a savings account.
So you do that for 5 years. You've got $125,000 plus or it's going to be more than that because of compounding. But you got $125,000. Mm-hmm. take that money out, buy another $700,000 house with $125,000 down,
And rent the condo.
and rent the condo. Now you've got $1.2 million appreciating at 5%. So now you've got $60,000 a year in growth, and that's 5 years in.
Right. It's a no-brainer.
And you do that 5 years out, another 5 years. Take the money out of both of them and buy another one. You make yours the primary every time. That way, it's a better interest rate.
Exactly. And I think we were talking about probably like a duplex, fourplex, even.
Sure.
Or buying a property and adding an ADU.
Well, think about this. I mean, and again, Joelie, you know this better than me. Can you buy a duplex, threeplex, fourplex in Orange County for $1.3 million?
Yeah.
You can do
You
that?
can do a duplex. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure.
So think about this. And I don't know the exact numbers. Don't hold me to the specifics. But on $1.3 million purchase, and I'm just going to say on a fourplex, just because I don't know all of them, 5% down is $65,000. You live in one, rent three. The other three help make the payment for all of them. And you get 5% appreciation. Oh, wait, that's $65,000 again. So now you got the 1 year return your capital.
Exactly. There you go.
Right? And you got this property appreciating over time. And think about if you're 30 years old and you do that for the next 20 years.
You're set.
You can retire at 50.
Exactly.
Right? And have as much money as you want coming in.
I'm going home and having a talk with my son.
Well, your son gets a better benefit too.
Yes. VA.
Right? Because he's a veteran. Thank him for his service. And thank you as well, because you're a veteran family.
Yes.
Right? So veteran families, we have to thank them as well, because they go through a lot while their loved ones are deployed.
We do. My daughter was in Afghanistan.
Oh, wow.
When was that? 2009. Yeah.
So you're double.
Double.
Okay. So VA loans, best loan on the market.
Exactly.
It is. And so many people don't understand them. Go to we've got a whole program on it, rsrvaloans.com, rsrvaloans.com. We did a whole series on VA loans, just educating people on them. Best loan on the market. A lot of agents and lenders don't understand them, but no money down. The down payment is the service. They put it all on the line for us. Could you imagine me trying to do a radio show like this in another country without freedom of speech?
Oh, you'd be shut down.
I might be shot down too, right?
Oh, well.
But it's the men and women of our military that have actually allow us to do that. So we thank them, thank their families. The VA loan is the best, no money down. And it's the best appraisal process in the entire world. People don't understand that. I can't talk to an appraiser unless it's a VA loan that doesn't come in value. Really? That's the only loan I can talk to an appraiser, because the appraiser can't send the loan in if it doesn't come in value without talking to me. He's not allowed to. She's not allowed to. Think about that concept. It's unbelievable. People don't understand that. It is the best loan out there, and it has the best interest rates.
Well, it really does. And you can use it more than once, you were saying.
Yeah,
right?
you can use it more than once. And now, since I think 2021, don't hold me to the exact year, you can buy any size property you want to. There's always an unlimited loan, but now it's unlimited down payment for unlimited amount of money.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Right? Go. If you have the income for it, you can go buy a $5 million house in Newport Beach with no money down.
There you go.
Right? We have somebody that bought $1.6 million, I think it was, in Texas.
Wow.
No money down. Right? Because they earn it.
They did.
Right? So it's the young people out there that have done these things. So let's talk about it, because what do you deal with on relocations? Those are people that have to do
They have
something.
to. And I actually really love doing relocation, because the buyers come and they have to buy.
Okay.
Because they're only put in temporary housing for, I think, 2 to 3 months. Right now, they've been using that plus extending it because of, the inventory being low. So they come in here, they're being relocated. Say, I do a lot of Chevron, Boeing, Amazon, BP, which is AM, PM. And they have to move for their job. So, they're really looking, they really aren't really concerned about the home prices, because they know, they're going to be here for a while. So if I can get them into something, then, that's awesome, but it's really difficult right now.
Well, it's difficult, and they probably get sticker shock when they look at a California values.
Well, especially if they're coming from Texas or, back east, it's crazy.
Yeah, so you're having to educate. You're having to do a lot of education.
Oh my gosh, Utah! I have clients coming from Utah, and they're buying a new home build in San Pedro. And yeah, I mean, when I looked at their home they're selling in Utah, It's beautiful.
By selling a
compared to-
mansion and buying
and they're buying a
garage.
townhome in San Pedro. But, they're here for their job.
So they need to be in an area that's close to work.
Exactly.
It's kind of tough to commute from Utah.
A little bit, yes. And, and I'm glad that companies are relocating their, employees now, because I really thought that was going to come to a halt with everyone working from home.
Well, it's kind of hard to work from home and work at AM PM.
Well, very
or
true.
only AM
Right.
PM or whatever, right?
Very
hard to
true.
be in oil and gas and work from home and
Right.
try and go to the drilling rig. It doesn't work too well.
Exactly. Now, my sellers that are selling and moving out, then that's great. We're looking at La Palma probably being 1-1 to 1-2. I haven't really, I have to do that report when I get home today. But then they're moving to Tulsa, Oklahoma. I just had another client move there. Oh my word, you're going to get 3, 4, 5 acres. I want to say my client bought 4-bedroom house for $270,000 in Oklahoma.
4-bedroom house, $270,000.
And I think she's on a couple acres, and she has like a little pond on her property. But you're in Oklahoma.
Well, maybe they want to be there.
Well, they have to be there for their
Right.
job.
So you're right. So that's the whole thing is,
right.
Now, are they selling their house? The house they're leaving here?
Yes. Yeah.
They
So
are.
the one that I already went there, I sold her house in Long Beach. We sold for, I think it was $870. It was a townhome. And then she purchased the one for like $270 in Oklahoma. So the people in La Palma are going, they haven't started looking yet. So I always ask, because I'm just curious to see what they're going to look at. Their home's going to be 1-1, 1-2. They're probably looking the same thing, maybe 300,000, 400, maybe 400 if they want a huge house. I don't know.
So think about this, and I know Josh is going to scream at me, but take a look. rsrhomeselect.com, rsrhomeselect.com. We did this yesterday, and we did it about 6 months ago. Put 50% down on that home in Oklahoma and have access to 80% of the value. And maybe you'll pay that off, the 30-year loan paid off in 5 years, 6 years, by doing absolutely nothing different. That's a whole new product that very few people have. rsrhomeselect.com. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. We're going to continue our conversation with Joelie when we come back. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, shame on you. The replay is available. Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Are you tired of paying rent? Are you tired of paying someone else's mortgage? Do you know qualified folks can potentially purchase a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket? Ron Siegel can help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. If you're tired of paying someone else's mortgage, reach out to Ron today at RonIsMyLender.com. That's RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey friends, do you dream of mortgage-free home ownership? Are you aware that even if you own your home free and clear, it could still be costing you thousands per year? The Siegel Lending Team can help you generate tax-free income, accumulate family wealth, and maintain ownership of your home. By simply emailing your most recent mortgage statement, you'll receive a no-obligation real estate plan. Learn more by calling 1-800-306-1990 or email me your recent mortgage statement to PEAR@RonSiegelRadio.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender. Are you a renter and tired of making monthly payments? Paying off someone else's mortgage? Hey, it's Ron Siegel here to help you stop renting and start owning your dream home with amazing low interest rates. And you could potentially qualify for a $500,000 home for less than $5,000 out of pocket. So stop renting. Start owning with Ron Siegel. Learn more at ronsiegelradio.com and start owning today. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you like many of your neighbors trying to figure out how to pay off your debts so you can retire someday? Build bigger savings. Invest in opportunities. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Debt will destroy 50% of Americans from being able to retire earlier and with more. What if you could have a guaranteed program that could show you how to eliminate all of your debt in 10 years or less, all without having to spend more each month than you spend right now? Yes, that's correct. All without spending more from your checkbook each month than you are today. Get your free analysis today to see if you qualify. Visit rsrnodebt.com. Log on today for your free analysis, rsrnodebt.com. No purchase necessary. The free analysis takes only 2 minutes. rsrnodebt.com. Ron Siegel Radio is your home and mortgage connection. Go to rsrnodebt.com. rsrnodebt.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That's my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And as usual, I talk too much, so we don't have enough time to get the entire story in our Borrow Smart segment today. But let's do a Borrow Smart, just the headline. And I am going to tell you, Borrow Smart, you got to understand interest. The way interest works, smart people collect interest and others pay interest. But when you really understand how interest works, then you can really use it to your advantage. And that's why we showed you yesterday. And if you missed the broadcast, boy, you really missed a lot. But we showed you yesterday how you could how one family, it's actually a family that I've worked with in the past, that got a loan from us 2.5 years ago, and can pay that loan off. So he has 20, if my math is right, 27.5 years. He's going to pay that off in 13 years, no traditional mortgage payment. And that's converting a 3.125 interest rate down to an effective rate of like 3.5, but he understands how interest works. So he's going to pay it off in half the time. rsrhomeselect.com, rsrhomeselect.com. If you didn't catch it, we've got that there for you. We're going to go through the whole process for you right there. That's the Borrow Smart segment, brought to you by rsrvaloans.com, rsrvaloans.com. Thanks, Josh. I forgot who was bringing that to us until I saw the scrolling on the screen there. Continue our conversation. We're talking to Joelie Piccolini. Berkshire Hathaway is the company. And we're just having a little fireside. There's no fire here, but fireside chat right here from our lovely studios, chatting a little bit about real estate. How'd you end up in real estate?
My mother was in real estate. She started in 72.
Okay.
Swore I was never going to sell it. I just didn't want to. And then, the more I watched her and saw, what she did, I decided, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. And I love it. Originally, when I first started getting into real estate, I swore I was just going to do commercial. I was going to train under
commercial. Wow.
Well, yeah,
that's hard work. I mean, it doesn't have the hours that because more from what I see, more commercial agents are 9 to 5.
Oh, yes, and they don't work weekends,
right?
And that's what I thought I was going to do. So she had me training with Charles on with Prudential, and I was going to be on his team. By the time I got my license and moved here, because I was in Santa Clarita, he had moved companies, and I really wanted to stay with Prudential because that's where my mom was at. She was our director of training. So I thought, okay, I'll just give residential, a shot, and I really do love it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I do. I mean,
you're helping a lot of people in your I'm assuming you spend most of your time educating.
A lot of educating, a lot of hand holding, a lot of counseling, but it's the commercial side is more numbers. Residential is more emotions.
Sure.
It's a big purchase, and it's, and I understand that.
I had that conversation with somebody early this morning. We were chatting online, and I said, and part of it had to do with the questioning of yesterday. We were telling people, you don't know what the consumer price index report is going to come out at.
Right.
So do you want to really take a risk? If that would have been a 10th up instead of a 10th down, the markets would have gone crazy the opposite direction. So we're going back and forth on the concept. Isn't it better just to take what you have and not gamble? And I like the idea of not putting people at risk that way.
Correct.
Right. Maybe I gave them the wrong guidance in retrospect. They didn't lose anything by doing what they did. They just didn't win as big.
Correct.
And we're going to still refinance in 6 months anyway.
Well, I mean, I always tell people, listen, get in the game at least. It's better than throwing your money away at rent. Refinance when the rates get a little lower. We talked earlier about, the 2-1 buy down, but we, both agreed that the permanent buy down would be best.
Much better way.
When I first bought my house, when I refied to 6%, I was so excited. So
Sure.
Here people are freaking out at 6-7%, but obviously our home prices are a lot different.
Well, so is our income, but that's a whole different story.
Well, yeah,
right?
exactly.
So it's all relative. The big issue is just get in there.
Just get in there.
And if you're working with a good lender, I hope you are. We have what we call a rapid refi program, and we do the refi like a month after we close on a loan.
Really? That's awesome.
Right. And basically all it is we're saying, okay, if this and this happen, and we look at it, it's all scientific, right? If we can save you 10% on your payment and 3 years on your duration, would it make sense to refi? Of course it would.
Yes.
Right. So you set that up right from day one so that it's all automated and waiting for you, right? Because it's I'm sure you're doing the same thing. It's not a transactional business.
No,
right?
It's not.
It's that referrals that you want long term and to work with somebody a lot, for their whole life.
Correct. On all of my businesses, basically, besides my corporate relocation, it's all referral and word of mouth, which I love.
Sure.
My relocation clients turn out to be regular clients, or they refer me to friends and family. I don't push people into a transaction. I help guide them. Let's see if this really makes sense.
Makes
for
life
you.
easier, doesn't it?
I think so. I mean, I want someone to feel comfortable with their purchase, not like I forced them just because I wanted.
And there's those people out there that are just trying to get the next transaction.
And it's so true. It really
Right.
is true. And, there's times I've worked with people for almost a year, and, that's fine. They even apologize. I'm so sorry. We're seeing so many homes. I'm like, this is my job.
Right.
It's
what we do. It's what
it is,
you
exactly.
go through scenario after scenario until you find the right scenario.
Right.
And you just hope that it's the right one long term.
Correct. And right now, like I said, it is very difficult because there is no inventory. So some of the people are, on hold till the beginning of the year, hoping the market's going to change, and they're traveling because the holidays also.
Sure.
So
Well, everyone's got a lot going on right now.
I can't believe it's going to be the end of the year soon.
Isn't it crazy?
No, I can't. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. The older I get, the more time flies.
My grandma said when I was little, she's like, it goes faster and faster the older you get. I'm looking at her going, it's taking years to get to Christmas. Now I blink.
It's always Christmas.
Yes.
Right? I mean, it moves quick.
It moves way too quick.
And so that's part of the reason we always recommend is get that game plan going.
Definitely.
Right? If you want to be buying a house the first of the year, I don't know why you're waiting, but if you want to buy a house the first of the year, call Joelie right now.
Yes.
Right? Get that plan in place.
Exactly. Start looking at what is in the area that you want to live in so you can kind of feel what's going on.
Right.
And then get set up on, I put all my buyers on this automatic email, which I'm sure most agents do, but it has coming soon now. So at least you can see what's coming soon. And the minute it goes on the market, then, we know what's coming and get out there.
Well, that's the whole idea is if you get out there, if you've been studying, and I know it's hard to say this word, but studying the market, right? And you have a great educator helping. And I talk about the team. It's got to be a team concept. You need a great realtor. You need a lender. You need a insurance person, especially in this day and age.
Yeah.
You should have a tax professional and a trust individual. If you own a piece of property in California and don't have a trust, shame on you. That's really, I enjoy helping the families that have probates because they didn't do the right thing in the first place. But the trust is so important.
It is so important.
Unless you like taxes.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the one thing everyone should do. I don't care, even if you're young, you just put it in trust. I think people think we're going to live forever. We'll just do it. Next week turns into next year. And then, something happens, then their family members are stuck
Yeah,
They were
and
probate.
so here's an issue with that one is I always look at a trust is the last best gift you can give your family,
Mhm.
right? Because at a time of crisis, then they know exactly what you want, what you were thinking. So take care of that. If you want to meet Joelie and want to talk about real estate, North Orange County, South LA, give me a call. I'd be happy to put you in touch. And as always, I ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Big thanks to Josh and Sean who are engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.